For those of you that don't know me, my name is Layla Kealoha. I am born and raised right here in Pohoa. My family comes from a long line of Ohana. Many of my Ohana are here today. And I'm here as an individual, as an organization, as a fisherman, to represent many people in our community, our kupuna, our aumakua. And so there's a few different things we're going to share. So I'll just get started. So on June 30th of this 2019, myself, Leah Gauker, Makani Gregg, Leslie Rosehill Enriquez, and Mika Evans, Kuhibinui, we kind of hooied up because I heard about this suggestion of Malama Flats. And I'll address that name in a little bit. But I got really upset of what the alternative site that was suggested. I'm glad a report was done. So we hooied up and we decided that we wanted to do something about it. So we called a meeting as best as we could in the short period of time that we had, in about a week, to ask the Puna Ohana and the Lawai'a to come together. And so we held a meeting on the 30th of June 30th. So we put together a statement that I'm going to share today, and this was agreed upon at that meeting. So for those that weren't able to make it kalamai, but we tried our best, and this is going to be just the beginning of many more to come. So this statement is being put forth by organized groups, the Puna Ohana, fishermen, Hawaiian practitioners, locals of the area, businesses, and organizations. We require the state officials to include, communicate, and act upon our mana'o into any decision-making of the issue of replacing Puna's only boat ramp. We reject any and all proposals of development at Kaʻakepa and other wahipana or sacred and storied places along Puna coastline without consultation from this collective. This is a culturally and historically significant site of wahipana and a source of subsistence for our people. Development would desecrate and destroy our resource, and we refuse to allow that to happen. 3, the boat ramp construction should be for a small and limited fishing boat ramp with adequate infrastructure as it exists at Pohoiki. This helps in keeping the pollution and boat traffic at a minimum. This will reduce habitat loss and increase pressure on our reefs and marine species along our coastline. The large-scale development that is being suggested in the surveys is not in the best interest of our community, in the natural ecosystem that we depend on for our gathering rights and preservation of our resources, for the generations of Puna Ohana in perpetuity. 4, DNR and DOBAR needs to use the feasibility study money allocated in 2019 to research sites at Pohoiki to improve with adequate infrastructure an existing ramp and the construction of a new ramp on the adjacent lava flow. 5, we demand that the engineering consultants, along with the legislative bodies and community representatives, to attend our meetings specifically in regards to the Pohoiki boat ramp, infrastructure and design. And 6, local fishermen of Lower Puna who have lost their livelihood need to have an immediate temporary solution. Federal, state, and county eruption recovery funds should be allocated to meet these funds now. So this is the statement that we put together that we wanted to share for today. So in light of that meeting, we shared this statement and we put out a petition. And there was a written one that was there that day that the people at the meeting signed. And here we have to share with you 3,309 signatures that are in support of this statement. So this is for you guys. So I know the question was asked, but maybe I just didn't hear it correctly, but we want to know what is the insured value of the existing ramp. And so what is, maybe you can't answer that this at the moment, but please research that for us.
As an asset, what is it valued?
What is the state's insured value of the existing Pohoiki boat ramp? The next statement comes from Kapono. So right now, I have just taken over Kapono, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. I am the president of Kapono, and through our group of us Wahine meeting, we formed Nalao o Kaʻakepa, and I'm going to share a statement from us as a group. Pohoiki is a fishing village and always has been. Pohoiki already has the infrastructure in place. There is ample parking for vehicles and boats, bathrooms, porta potties, lights, security, gates, and ocean rescue. Water lines need to be restored regardless due to the sanitary and emergency purposes. Kapono is a nonprofit 501c3. We are a community-directed organization that welcomes members from the Kalapana to Kapoho to join together for the protection and enhancement of the health, heritage, and safety of our communities, our homes, our ohana, and lifestyles. Nalao o Kaʻakepa is a community within Kapono dedicated to the cultural, environmental, and religious preservation and integrity of Kaʻakepa, Puna, mistakenly and irresponsibly called Malama Flats. Lao-o are the young frond leaves encased and protect the heart of the coconut tree. So with that, Nalao o Kaʻakepa are the many fronds, hands, and protective layers for Kaʻakepa. The coconut tree or niu are the kino lao or embodiment of Kane. And Kane is water, the sun, heat, and life's energy. No Laila, therefore we have a vested right and are stepping up to our lawful duty to protect this place just as our ancestors up Mauna Kea. Our committee does not accept the proposed desecration or development at Kaʻakepa. This area has archaeological and cultural sites such as burials and the Alalo or the King's Trail. This place is also a lele where the spirits cross over. The very thoughts of proposing this site goes against the traditional and customary practices and native tenants' rights of our people. These practices and rights are traditionally cultivated amongst our people, and this is one of the last places we are able to continue to pass them down to future generations. This area is very prone to volcanic activity and is recorded in chants and hula dating back over 1,000 years. The people that are familiar with Puna coastline agree that the proposed ramp at Kaʻakepa will not be accepted. So take part of the 500,000 and select the options at Pohoiki. And the 106 process needs to be followed. Mahalo nui for your time and consideration, and we look forward to this exchange and working with you all.